Mark here from Mark 2.0. Haley Gold and Spencer Bryant, 76th Street, joins us on the podcast. Let's roll, Brian.
Yeah. Great to see you, girls. How are you today?
We're doing great. The weather's amazing in Nashville. Yes. It's been like mid 70s. It's been perfect.
That's great. Not like the Phoenix heat.
No, we escaped the heat. Is that where you guys are? Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is a special thing for us, girls. We are literally, we're familiar with Scottsdale and Phoenix. We live here, and I personally have family in Tennessee. So this is particularly cool to me because I went out there and I was like sitting at a red light and I saw live bands going on there, and there. And I was like, I'm home. I'm home. And because I'm also a musician, but first, I want to say thank you for being here and congratulations on the move. And we're really, really excited to see what you guys are up to. And we want to promote the heck out of this. And I have a lot of guitar questions because I saw an unboxing today that blew my mind. I was like, is this like an iGuitar or what is this thing? I've never seen anything like it. So, but we'll save that for later. Mark, why don't you get the questions going for these nice girls?
Yeah, I want to start out by talking about, since you guys have been friends since grade school for such a long time, share some moments in your grade school, just special moments of the two of you connecting.
Cool. We'll start with the staple story of how we met.
Excellent.
The fly pen.
Yeah, the fly pen. Do you want to start off?
Sure.
Okay.
So as a young girl, I was into smart gadgets and technology. And there was this new thing out called the fly pen. It's this like smart pen that you can write and actually like
you can draw a calculator and then use the calculator. It's really
cool. I don't know what happened to it. It's so like high tech. But anyways, I wanted it. I was at the lunch table in 5th grade going around to every single person sitting down asking if anyone had the fly pen. I don't know why. That's just what I did.
And I did.
This one over here, raise your hand. She's like, I have a fly pen. And so I used her in our friendship to see it.
So she came over for the first time and then I'm sure we played with the fly pen, but probably not before we both realized that we both love to sing. So the first time that we ever hung out, we wrote a song together. Like we literally started writing music together from day one. What's another story? Remember when you got hit with the tether ball?
Yeah.
We put a tether ball in my backyard.
Wow.
I have a tendency, I don't know, I get hit in the head a lot by flying objects.
Me too.
Right, Brian, come on.
I've had the tether ball at least twice.
Yeah.
So some people must just be like magnetic. Like if we've been going to the park recently because we used to play lacrosse. So we got sticks in Nashville. So we've been passing. And I know if we are in an area with flying objects, Spencer is going to get hit.
I don't know. So Haley's dad installed a tetherball pole in her backyard and we were just like playing a good old fashioned game. And the pole was not in the ground properly. And not the ball hit me, like the pole swung around and hit me in the head. So
I thought it was going to be the ball. Oh boy.
Yeah. Not the ball.
Yeah.
The entire pole.
If only it was.
Well, that's destiny, I guess. Wow. First the fly pen, now this, and now the band. So it was all for a good reason. It was all meant to be.
Yeah.
So you guys started writing. You became friends. How long until you actually said, we need to do something for real?
So we started in musical theater. I was doing musicals and I asked Spencer if she wanted to join me in that endeavor, and she did. But like all throughout that entire time, we've always been like, we always preferred to write our own music as opposed.
But this was a musical theater.
Yes.
How'd you even come up with that concept? I like that.
Haley was in like musicals
we did musical theater. Like
cool.
So I was over for a play date and Haley's like, I'm going to audition for Peter Pan, and I said, can I come? And then we both auditioned and that started.
Yeah, so we did that through middle school, and then in middle school we were like, okay, we need an official band name, even though we did come up with a band name the first time we ever hung out.
What was that?
Duet. Yeah, that's really original.
Duet. I love it.
A couple of years later, we were like, okay, we need to like actually start performing. So when we were like 12, 13, we came up with a new name called Pocket Light. We just
Random, just
thought
random.
That's
all we
not
knew
bad,
about
really.
yeah, all we knew about band names was it was just like two random words smushed together. We're like, Imagine Dragons, One Republic. I don't know.
Pocket
We're like
Light.
Pocket
Pocket
Light.
Light.
We get right in.
It's better than half the names out there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, middle school, we put that together. We started performing at like coffee shops and stuff. And then in high school, we changed our band name two more times. Then we started going by just Haley and Spencer. Then we found the name 76th Street. But we started getting like very real about it, I would say our junior year of high school. That's when we started seriously gigging all the time, every single weekend. We started gigging weeknights, doing corporate events, hotels, bars, anywhere we could play, all through the end of high school, all through college, really up until COVID.
Wow. Well, we know Phoenix. Where were these venues? What?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, we used
Yeah.
to play the Westin
Hotel.
Kierland every
North
weekend.
Scottsdale. Very nice.
Yes,
I thought that was great.
Yeah, we played what was the art the like Old Town Scottsdale Art Walk. We played there all the time.
But we also played a lot of the venues like Crescent Ballroom and the Van Buren, Phoenix too.
Mhm.
That's pretty good. You were really young.
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't get to the Van Buren until probably college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still, I mean, so your parents
yeah.
must have been cool with this. Were they like resistant at all, or?
No, very
No.
supportive.
They love
No.
it.
Yeah. But yeah, we were gigging in places like where you had to be 21 to enter. Like we were at the W Hotel in Old Town and like Rebel Lounge and
Mhm.
yeah.
We
Cool.
always had the big X's on our hands for a while. But yeah, my parents came to every single show when we were still at home. So it's hard for them now that we're not in Arizona anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They're here. Oh, right.
I know.
Thank God for online stuff. I mean,
Yep, they're gonna be watching this for sure.
so
that's great.
what made you ultimately decide to go?
To Nashville?
Because it's the music epicenter of the earth.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Pretty much. Yeah, we were in Arizona since like our whole life. So we wanted a switch and we wanted to go where there was music
Mhm.
and we wanted to go further out than LA because we had been going out to LA pretty often.
We had a
Um,
regular gig at Disneyland.
Oh,
Wow.
cool.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little? What was a day at Disneyland like? That's cool.
Well,
Do you want the?
I'm a big fan of Disney.
I
love it.
Well, generally we'd go for the whole weekend. So they would give us back-to-back dates. So because we were driving so far to get there. We'd play about every other weekend. And generally we would go to the park all day. And around 3 p.m. we would go change into our performance clothes, go back to the car, lug all the equipment, and play for about 4 hours.
4 hours.
What area did they have you in?
Downtown Disney.
Downtown.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
awesome.
Yeah. That's a great area.
It's just like so nice in there. You just escape the real world. You know, it's hard to leave there. I'm like, I don't want to go back to the real world.
Yeah.
Downtown Disney. I just that's someplace I park myself right in front of a band like you, and I just don't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the fireworks show like after our set every time, and it was
Oh.
It was,
magical.
yeah, it was really cool. And we still like have a deep love for musical theater and like Disney stuff. So we enjoyed singing like the Disney songs and the Disney princess songs.
Yeah.
What were they again? What were the songs that you had to sing? I forgot to ask you.
Oh,
We sang Colors of the Wind, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Let It
Cute.
Go.
Yeah, Let It Go from
How
Frozen.
Yeah, a
fun.
couple songs from Frozen. We did some stuff from
You'll Be in My Heart, Tarzan.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
And then a Moana song.
Moana.
Yeah.
We did some Moana.
How did you get that gig? Did they say, hey, send us your version of these songs? Did you have to play a version to them, or how did that happen?
It's just like an audition process. So anyone could find when the auditions are happening. You apply, you send in a couple of videos. I don't remember if did we have to do a Disney song for the audition?
I imagine we would, but I don't remember.
I don't really remember. But then we actually went to California and did an in-person audition. And then we found out we were in, and for the next 2 years, we played all the time. So
Gosh, that's really cool. How'd you know to even do that?
my
I think
dad.
her dad shows
Yeah.
all
okay.
the things.
That was
He-
smart.
he
Wow,
found
very
it.
impressive.
I think he found it online or
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
It's real. It wasn't a scam. I feel like
wasn't a
that would usually
scam.
be a scam.
You would think so, yeah. I know
Yeah,
exactly
play
what
at
you're talking about.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Do you want to be like all your favorite Disney stars?
There are so many good musicians there. I bet you met a lot of people, like those Dixieland bands, and it's like they're like amazing what some of the people there are doing. There's, you just stroll by and you don't think much about it, but if you stop and listen to those people, you're like, oh my gosh, these people are like extremely talented.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
I would have been trying to talk to all of those older guys playing those really old pianos, and I don't know. I love that stuff. I love that stuff.
I do too.
Sorry, Mark, I'm hogging the
No,
guest
it's
again.
it's fine. Yeah, I was going to chime in and say, what were some of your best live performances throughout your career so far?
Yeah.
Oh, great question.
So our top performances include we played at the Van Buren in Phoenix in 2018. Remember?
Yeah.
It was a sold out show, and we opened for LP, which is one of our favorite artists.
And at the time, I mean, she was really our number one favorite artist. We were listening to her all the time. And we weren't exactly at the point in our career where we were just being invited to open up for someone that huge. We actually had, we asked her through a song. We wrote a song basically saying that we know that you're coming to our town and we want to open up for you. And then we had everyone we know comment, tag her in the comments. So we had like 300 of our friends tag her in the comments, and she saw it and she said, all right, let's do it. And then
How smart is that? How did you come up with
and
that?
and the craziest thing is that at the beginning of that year, we wrote a list of like our goals for the year. And one of them was to play a sold out show at the Van Buren, which was like, how the heck are we going to do that?
Right.
We did it.
Yeah.
Manipulating the
we're always-
quantum field. That's what you're doing. So
Exactly.
that is crazy. You guys are so good with your ideas, with your challenges and stuff, and your songwriting things.
Thank
No
you.
wonder. I think that's your edge, really. You guys have really unique ideas.
Thank
People
you.
start bands, but not like music theaters and stuff like that. You guys are so ahead of the curve and so advanced and stuff. What are your musical influences anyway? Really, I mean, when you're young.
We've always loved the Indigo Girls, Brandy Carlisle.
I love Sheryl Crow, Michelle Branch. a lot
Of course.
Yeah.
Great 90s artists. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
the 90s are so good
Yeah.
musically. It was so great.
Mhm.
For sure.
I was going to say, what advice would you give a musician starting out today?
That's a great question.
Yes.
I would say to kind of, well, there's social media, which is kind of like a gate to the entire world, and not to underestimate it. I think that now that we can be independent artists and get as far as we've gotten, there's no reason that anyone else can't do that. Just thinking outside of the box and not really waiting for opportunities to come. At this point, you can literally just wake up and post a video online, and that might be the video that gets in front of the right person. So I would say don't underestimate social media, and also do it because you love it.
Yeah, definitely keep the love and passion. That's the most important thing. And I would say to perform live as much as possible. Like we were saying, we were performing like 100 gigs a year around Phoenix and California. And
for about 8 years.
Yeah. So
Unreal.
social media is super powerful. You can totally pop off and then get on stage and you've never performed in front of a live audience. And so, yeah, don't underestimate like the actual live performing aspect in that experience too.
That's so awesome. And we're actually, you're so busy. We're actually finding people we know, like on your friends list and stuff. And which is cool, of course, you know, we're from Phoenix, of course, but, so can I ask you about that new guitar that you got?
Yes.
So this thing, like, literally sounded like it was plugged in. Was that thing Bluetoothing into something, or was literally the sound coming out of the guitar? It's somewhere.
It's coming right out of the guitar. So it's a monster. There's so many effects on it. It's really cool.
It's
Someone
insane.
was looking over my shoulder and said, look, it has a place for your phone. I said, that's not her phone. She's peeling the thing right off of it. It's embedded into the guitar.
Screen protector. I know, it's crazy. I played it out a few times in Nashville, and the looks that I get with it is so funny.
Oh my gosh.
People are like,
Everyone stops and says, what is that? How does that work? I want one.
It's so futuristic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is about the nicest guitar I have ever seen. Unbelievable. Mark, I think you wanted to ask about their latest song.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the 24-hour live stream, and which song was it that it was Earthquake, right? That came from it? So
Yeah.
talk in detail some of your best moments of that 24-hour live stream. That is sheer genius.
In fact, girls, we're listening to your ideas, and me and Mark are like, you know what? Maybe we should
yeah, 100%.
do something like that. I mean, you guys are really thinking outside the box, and we are noticing and very impressed. But go on with your story.
Thank you for saying that. So we decided we were going to write, produce, and record a full song in this 24 hours on no sleep. So and that's exactly what we did. We were a little bit concerned because we've never, generally when we write, it's an intimate process. Like it's just generally, it's always just the two of us. With no other opinions to get us confused or anything. But in this situation, we were live through the entire thing. So we had messages coming in like, I didn't really like that beat. Maybe if you added like an extra drum beat right there. And we were like, oh, that was actually a really good idea. Like it became super collaborative with our fans and followers, which was fascinating.
It was fun because even when we were writing the lyrics, people were commenting like, oh, what if you try rhyming that with that? So it was really cool having such a live experience with our fans.
Yeah, we were also a little bit worried that we weren't going to be able to write a song in the time, like, because there were a lot of distractions, one of them being no sleep. Like we kind of like, we filled this 24 hours with like some activities, and we had like our artist friend come on and teach us how to draw a tree. Like it was just very like random activities going on throughout the night. We had some of our Nashville friends came over and performed because we lived in an apartment full of musicians. So, and then at one point we were like, oh crap, we still have to write the song.
Yeah, we were getting
like 2 hours left.
Right. We had a schedule, and he was like, we should probably start the song now. I'm like, oh yeah, that's
we should probably start the song. But it flowed. It was so unexpected. It like instantly I had a melody in my head, and I was like, I feel like it should go like this. And she was like, yep, that's it. And then we just smoothed it out, finished the song, started the production, and by the next day, oh my gosh, we were so exhausted. It was the most tired I've ever been in my life. I think we both slept a total of like 14 hours the next night. Like we went to bed immediately at the end of it at 6 p.m. Woke up the next day at like 10 a.m. But we had Earthquake came out of it, and there was pretty quickly we were like, yeah, we are definitely putting that song out.
Right.
Yeah. So we were like totally on board, and it actually worked. And now the song is out.
And the feedback's been real good, right?
It's been great.
It's a great song. It's phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you. We have been so pleased with the release of this song. I actually think it's been our probably our best release that we've had so far. I mean, it's across between Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, it's well past 30,000 streams in just 2 weeks, which for an independent band, It's pretty freaking awesome.
That's
Damn,
great.
it is.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Some massive numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you guys ever play with other musicians like percussion and bass or anything, or do you have like backup recorded or digital things?
Yeah, so we produce our backing tracks. So we've been performing guitar, piano, and then we have the drums, bass, and like synth sounds on a track. But we have been entertaining the idea of bringing a drummer in
Mhm.
to our live show.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have been practicing with the drummer, and it's really awesome.
Yeah.
It's hard to synthesize that sound. I mean, you can do drums and it's fine, but there is just something about a live drummer when they go.
Totally.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I'll tell you,
yeah.
based off how it's been sounding in rehearsals, it's gonna be that thing that takes us up to the next level.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So we were talking about, the digital age. You got your social media. It looks like you're gaining like a massive like following now. And I saw on your link tree the platinum access to team membership. Can you fill us in? What's that?
Yeah, so
What is
that is our NFT program we have going on, where our fans can have different levels of access to like exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff, based on like the tier of NFT they purchase.
Like Patreon.
Yeah, right. So it's our fan club. It's just in the form of an NFT. And
Smart.
yeah, we were promoting that a lot during our 24-hour live stream. And basically it's like, once they're all gone and sold, that's it. And hopefully one day they'll be worth more than they are today. That's the idea.
They sure are a hot commodity right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Unbelievable what kind of money is going into some of those.
Right.
I know.
Awesome. I'm sure it'll be worth a lot one day. So let's see what was like when you first started streaming. Was it hard to get comfortable doing that? Or did it just come pretty natural, like playing your music on streaming? Streaming platforms, like, I mean,
yeah, getting them on Spotify, Amazon. What was that feeling like to have them on those platforms?
did that take off right away, or?
It's been, it's a slow roll.
Yeah, I will say, so when we were gigging, we were selling a ton of CDs, surprisingly. Like I thought CDs were over, but so I feel like most of our listeners were purchasing CDs at shows, less of getting on Spotify, but now all of our focus has been on the streaming platforms.
Yeah, just like anything else, the numbers were really, really low in the beginning. We didn't have that figured out yet. It wasn't until TikTok came around that we were able to start moving our followers around. So our follower, like everyone came to us originally from TikTok. And then from there, we were doing contests and we were doing everything we could to get those people to Spotify and to Instagram and to YouTube.
Yeah.
That was like the source of our followers.
And it's interesting to see the most successful like marketing campaigns we do on social media reflects in our streams directly on Spotify. So one of our biggest songs on there is called In My Bones. And we were doing so many different like creative song ideas on TikTok. And the algorithm picked up that people were searching In My Bones by 76th Street. And it's been getting on a lot of Discover playlists and like radios on Spotify.
That's awesome. So what was your first single, You and I? Is that really the first, what was that, like 2014 or?
That sounds about right.
So we did release an EP in college, but we took it down.
Why?
Wait,
maybe we'll re-record it. What?
No, you and I did come after that.
Yeah.
I think that we just felt the production was just not up to par.
Okay.
It was done in the most affordable way we could have possibly done it. So once we started recording with this producer named Rob Valier, who is in the Phoenix area as well, he just kind of took took our sound. This is before we learned to produce ourselves. We were still in high school. And after recording with him, we were like, oh, okay, that's the radio standard. That's how our music should sound. So we kind of just took everything before that and we're like, this is of the past. And now let's just dip our toe into the real like professional recording and quality recordings. And since then, that's all we've put out. So You and I was our first like attempt at like radio quality music.
I see.
And I think it was 2014. I think you got that right.
Where did you go to college? ASU?
ASU, Sun Devils for life.
There you go.
Yeah, my parents too. So congratulations, by the way, by becoming Arizona's #1, what is it, indie rock power duo?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's pretty amazing.
It
And
really
on
is.
your
It's a great
website,
accomplishment.
on your website, I think you list like your top 10 tracks or something like that. Is that what's on there? Like 10 tracks?
I think it's the link to our Spotify. I don't know.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So, well, what are your top, what are your top 3 right now? Let's talk about your top 3 tracks right now.
Most listened to let's see, it would
I think
be
it's In My Bones.
We Were Free.
Probably We Were Free.
And
This is like a 76th Street quiz.
I know. Do
Yeah.
we know who we are?
And
Stump 76th Street.
is it Unique Name
I
Song?
think it might be Unique Name Song.
And we have a comedic song that everyone loves on Spotify.
Comedic how?
So when we first started on TikTok, we were making these like comedy songs. We thought if we wrote little songs that were like relatable and fun, then people would want to share them. Therefore ending on our page and finding our music eventually. And one of the songs that we wrote, it was just a little chorus. It was called the Unique Name Song. And it's a comedy song about having like a complicated name that you can't spell or pronounce. And all the comments on the video on TikTok were like, you need to make a full version of this song. So we were like, well, listen to the people. So we made a full version of the song. It is on Spotify. It's in our top 5 most listened to songs still. It's totally random. It is a comedy song and it sits right in the middle of all of our other very serious songs.
You guys are a lot of fun. That might be part of this is the key to your success. You're just fun to be around and you have a lot of good ideas and you keep pushing out new things and not even knowing really what's going to happen. That's the
Not
cool
only that,
part
they
of it
think
all.
outside the box.
But you're deciding now did you sign with a label?
No, we are
Oh, good.
completely independent.
Yeah. I had the wrong idea. I thought you were going to release something under some name, and I was like, oh, they should probably do it on their own. So tell us that process and the challenges that come with that. I bet that's a monster task.
Oh
You
yeah.
are accurate.
Yes, there are a lot of hats to be wearing. Songwriter, musician, promoter, graphic designer,
Marketing,
like
marketer.
yeah, website design.
How long has it been since you said, you know what, we're releasing an album? That's it.
Well, that's a great question. We have wanted to do an album for a really long time, and we were always waiting for a label and waiting for someone to tell us that we could do that. And we were just like, you know what, where we're at right now, this is all we can do. If we can put out an album ourselves, okay, so what? We don't have 10 people working behind the scenes on it. We can't do that right now, but we want to put an album out. So what are we supposed to do? Just sit around and wait for permission? So we were like, forget that. And we're going to do this whole thing ourselves. So this album, we have produced so far, we have 4 songs of the 10 out released. We're producing the entire thing ourselves. I think that's kind of been how we've gone about this throughout our careers, is that yes, it would always be so much easier to have a marketing team behind us and to have graphic designers behind us and costume designers and even producers and whatever. But we've kind of just had to take almost everything into our own hands. We learned how to use Logic, so we learned how to produce. Spencer learned some graphic design. Like
I made all the cover art.
She's made all the cover art.
All the singles.
We've
Awesome.
together become social media masters or whatever. And so we've kind of figured out that art. So at this point, we're like, if a label comes to us, I'm like, well, what do you have that we don't already have?
Right. What are you going to bring to the table? And I think that's such a great place to be in, where you are in the power position. Like, we figured this out. And if you want to partner with us, like, how are you going to help?
Yeah.
Are these songs like all kind of different, or they have a central theme? I mean, why did you decide to do an album anyway on digital times like these? We can just do single after single after single. Why an album?
It's a great point.
Yeah, it is a great point. And we're kind of doing a little bit of both. So I think we've always wanted to have like just this body of work that all fits together. Yes, has a central theme. In this case, it's
growth and new beginnings and other words that are synonyms of those.
Independence. Yeah. So where was I going with this?
We wanted to have a project.
Yes, we wanted to have a project, this work of all of our music together, and we totally losing my train of thought. I'm working my way back. But we're releasing the entire album as singles. That's what I was gonna say. So we're still,
okay. Of course.
Sorry.
You can do it either way.
Smart.
Would you say that this is a collection of your best, or are you writing new stuff specifically for this, or both?
It's kind of both.
Mhm.
So we chose the songs like a long time ago, knowing full well that we're probably going to write better songs like later and want to add them to the album. So it's kind of a collection of both. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves and start putting songs that will be on our second album, on the first album. We want to stay true to where we are right now in our sound and our music career.
Yeah, but I do think that the stuff that's going to be on this album will be our best work to date.
Are you doing anything live in Nashville yet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've been playing a bunch here. We started off by doing like these, it's called writers rounds, if you've heard of it. Basically, they put 3 artists on the stage and you take turns. Everyone does a song and you go around like 4 times.
Wow.
It's a really cool way to share your songs. Not a great way to share your show because it's just playing your songs. But that's kind of how we've gotten our foot in the door here, because when we came here, it was like, I mean, it's 2 years past the beginning of COVID. It's almost like all the momentum that we had in Arizona went away, and we came here and almost felt like we're back at square one. Like, we don't have any connections here. We don't know anyone here. No one's going to book us. Like, so we need to now go back to step one, which is let's get into these writers rounds. Let's shake hands with as many industry people as we possibly can. And since then, we've been getting tons of opportunities. Once we got through once we started doing the writers rounds, we I
want to add something.
Okay.
I just want to say that Nashville's amazing because we got here and 2 weeks in, we were already on stage at a writers round. We thought it would take maybe months to like, first we have to meet people and then we have to play for them and then we can get on a lineup. But right away we were getting on writers rounds, and it's been so easy to continue like making connections, and everyone is so helpful and supportive and wanting to get you on the next stage, which has been amazing. Yeah.
So we've been actually getting to perform like our full show probably twice a month. We've had opportunities to like get up and play like between 30-minute sets to an hour set and really do our show, because the show is very different than what we're doing at the writers rounds. We've got choreography and tracks and cool outfits and all that, and you can't really do that at writers rounds.
The show is cool because it's just the two of you. It's very compact, and you have your your background music and stuff, so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. A bunch of other people, it's just you two against the world. That is
Exactly.
cool. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're doing so cool.
Even the major artists are doing the rotating, because I went to that
I've never even
mixtape
heard of
tour
that.
in
That's cool.
Phoenix, where it was Rick Astley, New Kids on the Block, In Vogue, Salt and Pepper, and they were rotating like every song. I'm like, I've never been to a concert like this before.
Yeah,
Oh,
And it was
it's
packed.
very unique. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing in Nashville. Like people who come just to travel here will go and find a writer's round, and sometimes they're huge. I mean, they're singing songs that you've heard on the radio of big top 10 country songs that are being sung by the actual person who wrote the song, who doesn't typically go out and perform. It's super cool. It's an awesome way to network. The place is just full of musicians who are, either playing or about to play or just finished playing.
Do y'all do covers at all? I'm gonna say y'all because y'all have to
No.
say y'all now.
Say y'all. Not at our shows here. We had many shows, many years playing cover songs, so we've been sticking to our originals here.
Yeah, we kind of had made a pact with each other and ourselves that we would not take any more cover gigs. I mean, we did it. We did the 3-4 hour gigs just playing covers the whole time, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all seem to reach your goals fairly easily. Okay, 1 year from today, you're in Nashville. What are you going to be doing?
We're not going to be in Nashville.
Yeah, we won't be in Nashville.
We're not going to be in Nashville.
Where are you
because
planning on being?
we're going to be on tour in Europe. That's the plan.
There you go.
Going to
Wow,
Europe.
We're gonna go to
Oh,
Yeah.
That is not planned at all by any means, but that's what we want.
We want to be on tour.
We want to tour
Yeah.
so bad.
We've interviewed a lot of musicians from Europe. Robert Howard was in Andalusia, Spain, from the Blow Monkeys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy got around. So let's say 5 years from now. Let me ask you before that, how many albums and how often do you think you're going to release? I won't say how many because that could just go on and on. How often do you think you're going to put out something like that? Once a year, 2 years?
I think as long as we're an independent band, probably once every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of time
Yeah.
that goes into it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be over a year that it will have taken us to
Do
do
this
one,
one.
to do one
Mm.
album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
One thing I wanted to talk about and promote the challenges that you do on your social media. You do these like 5-minute
clever
challenges
girls.
and stuff. I was gonna submit a challenge to you, but since you hate covers, I guess I don't have a choice,
Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, who came up with that first? How'd you figure out to do? I know there's a lot of challenges though. It kind of made sense, You saw the ice challenge, everybody did that, and you're like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna do a song challenge.
Yeah. We wanted to make like content to put on our YouTube that was like, you can get to know our personalities and our friendship and less of like a polished music video, but we wanted to keep it like related to songwriting or music. So why not write a song in 5 minutes with 3 random words? I don't know how we came up with it.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
but
I think it was just a nice little combination of showing people who we are and also getting people involved in something a little bit more
Yeah.
exciting than they might see on.
yeah,
Instagram.
because then they could like vote for their favorite song in the comments, things like that.
That's again really, really clever. You put the voting thing out there, you're triggering all these YouTube things, and they're paying attention to you. What I think what we have here is like musicians of the future, because
Really?
the old way, because COVID, what COVID did was change a bunch of things, sometimes for the better. And I don't want to make anybody mad, but cutting these large record companies out of the picture is okay by me.
Even some of these larger artists we've interviewed do it.
Because
The
you can
same
be
way.
self-motivated and self-starting, where before it was like you had to know someone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
During COVID, what did you focus on? Recording? You stayed at home? Did you build a studio? Do you do most of your recording at a rented studio, or did you build something?
Yeah, so we have our own studio.
Of course.
Over time, we've just accumulated everything that we need to do the album ourselves. But actually, a lot of like during like the main chunk of COVID, like the first, I don't know, 6 months, we were really, really focused on content. I mean, and we got on TikTok before COVID,
Mhm.
but once that started, everyone was on their phones and we knew where people were looking. So we were like, well, we are now going to be putting out a video every single day, and it's going to be original content. It's going to be funny. It's going to be entertaining. People are going to share it. And this is how we're going to do it. Like, this is where we're going to gain our following. And that's what happened. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I say it like it sounds a lot easier than it was. We were also like, I mean, it was a lot of work and it was really hot.
All she remembers is it was hot because, well, our AC was really loud, so we'd have to turn it off for the recording. And so a lot of our content on TikTok it was weird.
Me and Mark are doing that right now.
Oh, that your
Yeah,
AC 's
exactly.
It's
Oh,
like 96
yeah.
degrees at night still.
Oh my gosh. We were making very complicated songs where we would talk back and forth and do these really complicated things. And it would take so many times to get it right.
Mhm.
And we'd be sweating and the tensions would rise.
We never fight. We do not fight. The
No,
only
we
time.
can tell your friendship has stood the test of time. Kudos to you both.
Thank you.
you.
I'll tell you though, when it's too hot and
Right.
we're overheating, we get a
Mhm.
little feisty.
Tensions rise. They sure
And
do.
Yeah,
rise.
that's not a healthy combo because then I get stressed and anxious and I forget my line and Haley looks like she's gonna kill me. And it's
I can't do this one.
yeah, we'll post
Good.
some of those bloopers online.
Now you're in Tennessee. You should just go out and look at the fireflies and feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I freaked out when I
weather.
saw fireflies for the first time. I'm like, whoa,
it's so
It's
cool.
so cool.
it's amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you what's your next big move? I mean, what you got something planned for the near future?
Yeah. I mean, we've got, hopefully right now we're totally focused on the release of Earthquake. But we're already in the studio working out the next 2 songs. And I guess the next move is
I mean, definitely like revamping our show with the drummer. We're really excited about
Mhm.
doing that.
We've got a pretty exciting show a headlining show on November 11th here in Nashville. And I guess the next big thing is just going to be the next release of the next single. I
You
think
should
this
shoot
album-
another video. That was awesome.
Oh,
What
yeah.
was it
Videos
like to
are
do that
great,
one with
yeah.
that girl on it reminded me of the Cirque Du Soleil, which doesn't come to town anymore for some reason, but I went once and I'm like, oh, it's one of those ladies on those rings. What was it like? I mean, do you know her? Do you interact? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was she's a family friend of mine.
Wow.
And that was at an aerialist studio in Phoenix or Tempe, I think. Yeah, we wanted to add like an artistic aspect to that video, something.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
definitely call her again.
Yeah,
She
it
is
was
the
really cool.
reason that
It was
video
awesome.
was cool. I just want,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it was so cool with like the smoke and the lights and
yeah,
stuff.
you see a lot of visual things in music videos, and I'm like, that was a good idea. You know, it was very nice, really,
Yeah,
like, really good.
totally. She was so talented.
And that's when I was like, well, I wonder if they have like other band members and stuff. That's when I was really like wondering about who
Makes
else
you
is,
think.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you were going to do another video, have you guys discussed that at all? Like, you have any ideas you're kicking around?
Yeah, we really do want to do a video for Earthquake. We knew we weren't going to be able to get it done before the release, but we were talking about potentially filming it over Thanksgiving when we're home. But that'll probably be the next video that comes out, is a video for Earthquake.
And are videos still a big thing nowadays?
That's the question.
we're
'Cause I
like-
love them myself.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of time and money and energy into that kind of production. And people are so all about the short length, what is it called? Short form content.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting investment, but I think I love music videos, so I don't ever want to stop
Yeah.
making music videos.
I forgot what you said. So if somebody becomes a member, what do they get again? If they become a member, your fan club?
I can't remember specifically. However,
It's
there-
on that site.
it
Yeah.
is on the site, but I
There's
do know
different
that
things. Yeah.
the top tier actually does have the opportunity to send in a video to be in the Earthquake music video. That part of it will only run until the video is done.
Okay.
But the top tier NFT holders get that. They get meet and greets every time we play in their town, merch every time we play in their town. And then we also have a Discord channel that we're working on bringing to life. All
Discord's
NFT
getting
holders
very
will-
big.
Yeah, so NFT holders will have access to our platform there. I can't really remember the other details. I'll have to
That's awesome though.
but yeah. So
Great way to get involved with your band. Well, what do you think, Mark? You have any other questions?
Yeah, are you planning, so you're done with Phoenix, so to speak? Do you think?
That seems
I
like
mean,
such
it's
a
obviously your
harsh way to
home,
say.
but you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I don't think we're gonna be moving back anytime
Yeah.
No,
soon.
it's just so odd because our paths are like the same way. Like I'm planning on going to, I don't know if you've ever been there, but you need to play there sometime. Wilmington, North Carolina. It's where they
Oh.
filmed One Tree Hill. I've worked on
Okay.
One Tree Hill, and it's we just blew up over there. We got a lot of friends over there, and it's a great, for music venue downtown Wilmington. Bars
Awesome.
and everything. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got family in Tennessee, so I'll actually come looking for y'all.
There
Oh,
we
wait,
go.
good. Please
I'm
come.
gonna be out in the audience, like
Yeah, definitely reach out when you're here.
definitely. Well, it's great having you guys. You
Yeah.
guys want
Oh,
to
and one other thing I wanted
oh,
to
sorry.
say real quick. If you ever do get back into doing challenges, I would challenge you to do Throwing It All Away by Genesis. Do you know that song?
I don't.
I
I'll send
probably
it to you. You'll have
Send it
to give it a shot because
Okay.
I think with the female voice it'd blow up. So
All right.
Yeah, send us all your ideas.
Well, what would you like to share with our audience? Where can you maybe direct them into they can easily catch your content?
Yeah. Well, you can find our music on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon.
Yeah, we're everywhere.
Anywhere that you listen to music, you can find us at 76th Street. It's 76th Street is spelled out. And then we're all over social. So we're on Instagram as 76th Street, TikTok as 76th Street Official, and YouTube. You can find us under 76th
and your
Street.
website is .net.
So we have 76streetofficial.com.
Yeah.
That's the one now.
that-
Okay.
Yeah.
76th
Okay.
Streetofficial.com.
Just one more weird little question.
Okay.
So I'm looking at your name of your band, and the E's are threes. What's the dealio with that?
Oh,
Breeze.
It looked to
think-
me like it said 76th Street, and the
Yeah.
E's were flipped around.
Oh.
The E's are flipped around. Yes.
That is
Yeah,
interesting.
It was just a creative idea.
well,
I like that. I'm obsessed with, I have
Love
this numerology thing, and I'm one of those weirdos. And I was like, wow, I wonder if there's something behind that. I just thought that was a really neat idea. It caught my eye.
Interesting.
It was eye catching to me. I don't know why.
I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
look
why
up
we
what
did
33
it, to
means.
catch your eye.
Yeah.
Look up 33. You're going to find some weird stuff. Really, you are.
that's an
I hope
understatement,
not
Brian.
too
Go
weird.
into Tesla. Go into Tesla and watch his obsession with the number 3. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind.
Interesting. Okay.
But it was great having you guys here, and please,
It
guys,
really was.
come back, please. I mean,
Yeah, we're planning
we
on doing
want
like
to-
a holiday special where we're bringing on a bunch of musicians, and we'd love to have you join.
mhm.
Cool.
We're doing regular, we're live streaming and stuff, but we would really like to, especially when that album drops, to find any way to push that out to our guys, our
we'd be
fans, your
honored.
fans. Yeah, it'd be great to have you back.
Both
that
of you
would
are
be
such
so
a rare talent.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
And we're proud. You're locals, and you're making us
Yeah.
proud out there, and we're gonna support you 100%.
Thank
Yeah.
Oh my
you.
gosh.
You guys are so great. I'm so glad that
Yeah.
we got this opportunity with you guys, and definitely we'll be back. Just tell us when.
Yeah, well,
Fantastic
we would love
meeting
it.
you.
Thanks so
Everybody
much.
like and subscribe, especially for
Yeah.
these wonderful girls. 76th
We'll
Street,
post all of
everybody.
your links. Make sure to follow them if you haven't already. A lot of people have discovered you through social media. It's great. You really know how to play the game. It's awesome.
You're pioneers. You really are trailblazers,
Really are.
and we're gonna steal your ideas. That's what we're gonna do. Great having you girls. Great having you.
Yes, for Brian and
Thank you
Mark,
so much.
76th Street. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it.